It all felt very believable. This really could happen.
Zero Day is about the aftermath of a devastating cyber attack that kills thousands of people and that puts a nation already on edge right up to the precipice.
And in the aftermath of that attack, the country forms the Zero Day Commission, which is a body charged with investigating who is responsible for that cyber attack.
When it comes to choosing someone to run this commission, to have these powers, President Mitchell makes the wise decision to choose a true bipartisan.
I enlist the most trusted individual, our previous president, George Mullen.
It is with great humility and a ferocious sense of purpose that I have accepted President Mitchell's request to lead the commission.
A few years ago, Mike Schmidt and I were out, and I asked him,
"What ideas do you have? What keeps you up at night?" I'm like, well, I always came back to this idea. What if the person who had the weight of the country on their shoulders had something that made them not what we thought they were?
It seemed like such a spectacular, high-stakes setup. A former president brought back in to adjudicate an incredibly high-stakes matter, and then to realize that he, like the rest of the country, is coming undone.
that was the kernel that became Zero Day.
This commission that's formed has more power than anybody has ever had in the history of the country.
You're just going to grab people off the streets without warrants.
Actually, you are.
All of the things that we have in place to check people's power are all paused, and so he can do, and the commission can do, whatever they want.
It can be dangerous, stepping over the line, going too far.
The show raises the question of what would unfettered government really look like? What would all-powerful government do?
If you're going to give this kind of power to anyone, you want to give it to someone who is least likely to be an autocrat or potential tyrant.
You have to do it. Who else do you want with their finger on the trigger?
And they see someone who on the outside people really trust, but as the viewer, you see what's going on in his mind.
One of the big questions of the show is the man that they remember still the George Mullen of today?
We never get a warrant for this.
We don't need a warrant. What? I can't understand.
I love the juxtaposition between environment and character. I want to know what's going on internally, and I want to see the world they inhabit.
Robert De Niro is one of the great actors of our time, and he's able to sort of summon all of that complexity.
This cast is crazy. I mean, the cast is amazing.
It's a spectacular lineup.
Because this cast is so rich, it is now really a character piece.
You could either agree with him or not, but you could see his dilemma.
For me, thematically, Zero Day is about what is truth in a post-truth world.
We want the audience asking at every moment what to believe and what not to believe.
I think what's exciting and propelling about this show is that it feels like something that could actually happen.
And if there was something terrible, how would the federal government respond to that? And are we prepared to deal with it?
I hope you know what you're doing.